Hi, and welcome to today's live with Ask Us Anything. For Intrepid English, I'm Kate R, and I'm really excited about today's topic because it was a really good question by one of my absolutely incredible students. And I would like to explain the difference between two commonly confused prepositions in English. So I really wanted to share this because it is so easy to get these two confused, and the two prepositions are above and over. Now, when do we use which? Do they mean the same thing pretty much? The short answer is yes, they do have a common meaning, but there are some very key differences. So we use above as a preposition, and it means higher than. And it is extremely close to the preposition over. In the examples I'm about to give you, we can use both over and above. The waves came up over her head and she started screaming. Or we could say, the waves came above her head and she started screaming. Another example, she is a nervous flyer, but once the plane got above the clouds, she started to relax. Or she is a nervous flyer, but once the plane got over the clouds, she started to relax. However, difference number one, we use above but not over to refer to things that are at an upper or higher level. So think like a ladder, okay? A ladder of levels. So the examples I gave before, it was higher than, it was very general. But when we are very specific and saying that it is at a higher level, we use above. So for example, do they live in that chalet above the village? Okay, not over the village. Another example, he used to live above the newsagents. He doesn't anymore. Okay, so we're thinking about the levels of a ladder. Difference number two, we usually use above and not over when there is no contact between the things referred to. And I just thought of that and I want to give an example. I'll just use this. Christmas outfit ready to go. So we don't use above, we only use over in this example because over or on top of has a more general meaning. So when one thing touches another, so this outfit, I put this outfit over me, on top of me, not above me. Okay, this is very important. Or I saw her sleeping, so I put a blanket over her or on top of her. Okay, not above her. When things are in contact and they're touching, we use over, not above. That is difference number two. Difference number three, we normally use over, not above, with numbers. But hold on, there's an exception, of course. So for example, with numbers, I got over 60 emails last week. No, I got more than that, but let's say I got 60 emails yesterday. Not I got above 60 emails yesterday. If you weigh over 100 kilograms, then you may need to start a diet. Not if you weigh above 100 kilograms. However, warning, there is an exception. And the exception is when we talk about temperature. And again, when we're thinking of the zero. And it's again the idea of a ladder. Okay, a scale. Okay, that's when we use above with the temperature. So it's in relation to zero or the average temperature. We use above. So for example, it was 3 degrees above zero. And again, the opposite would be it was 30 degrees below zero. Okay, so when we're talking about temperature in other contexts, when it's not that idea of in that relation, on that ladder, on that scale, on that thermometer, then we can use above. Okay, the temperature is already above 30 degrees or over 30 degrees. Both work here. Okay, so typical errors that you will find between above and over is that we don't use over to mean a higher level. Okay, remember when we're thinking of levels, scales, think of the ladder and it's above. Most of the race is 500 meters above sea level. Okay, not 500 meters over sea level. We don't use above when one thing touches another. Okay, so for example, if you've got a rash, you can put some cream over it, okay, to make it feel better, or on top of it. If you've got a dessert, sometimes I like to pour cream over my dessert and serve it warm. Okay, not pour some cream above the dessert. And remember, we don't use above with numbers, except that one example with temperature. So normally with numbers, over 100 people complained about the program, for example, not above 100 people. So I hope that helped. And let me know if you would like me to cover the difference between the opposites, below and under. If you want me to talk about that next week, please give me a little comment. I would love to hear your feedback. And if you have any questions on any of, or you want to write an example and you're not sure, is it above or over, please write in the comments so that I can answer you. And if you ever want to have a more personalized lesson just with me, so I can answer all your grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary questions in English, then again, just go on our website and find my face and book a trial lesson with me. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and see you next week.